Bees' lifestyles, nests, different bee species, and physical characteristics are full of symbolism. If you think a spirit animal bee is your power animal, I guess the question that comes to your mind is, what does a bee spirit animal mean and symbolize for you? The bee is a symbol of society, the sun, and personal power. Among the ancient societies, we find the most interest in bees in the records of the Druids in the Celtic tradition. In Druid belief, the bee represents the sun, the goddess image, celebrations, and social consciousness. An alcoholic beverage made with fermented honey and water was served at these ceremonies and festivals celebrating the special days of the Celts. The Christian missionaries who settled in these lands later realized the importance of pure symbolism and built their first religious places in the form of beehives in the hope of making the Celtic people accept themselves, tells Ayşe Nilgün Arıt in her book Secret Guides in Shamanism. Let's discover more about the symbolic meaning of the bee spirit animal. This will be a journey full of adventure. Are you joining? Welcome everybody. I'm Ayşe Güzel Berhestel Arko, the person behind the My Sacred Space blog and the YouTube channel. And today we will talk about the bee symbolism, bee spirit animals, its symbolic meaning and its spiritual meaning. Come and join me. What is a bee spirit animal? A spirit animal bee is your guide to a balanced life. Every single bee knows its purpose in life and works according to that. Bee lives their life cooperating with others. Biologists call this cooperation eusociality. Besides, bees work very hard in their life. Hence, a bee spirit animal will show anyone how to be more productive and live in harmony with others. Bees are animals that provide the service that is of great importance for the pollination of flowers. When they land on a flower to collect nectarine, the seeds of the flower stick to the legs of the bees and they can reach other flowers and vaccinate them. The movements of the bees, whose existence is loaded with the power of service from one plant to another, is also a perfect symbol of the bonds of all living beings. In this sense, the bee is a messenger that carries the secrets of life and represents its help. So, what does a bee spirit animal mean? Different bees have different messages for us. Scientists have found approximately 20,000 species of bees till now. In this video, I have covered the meaning of some of the most common types of bee spirit animals. Let's begin with the swarm of bees' spiritual meaning. Swarm of bees is the process of splitting up and finding a new home. Usually, the colony splits up into two groups in the process. Spiritually, swarms of bees indicate that it's time to find a new home. Maybe not every person around you is that important, so identify the one that matters and stay with them. However, Roman culture has a different idea about the swarm of bees. They used to avoid swarms as they thought bees were carrying the message of God. Carpenter bee spirit animal meaning. Carpenter bees don't live in the hives like other bees. They live in solitary and pollinate flowers. The spirit of the carpenter bee reminds us that we should stay close to nature. Get some time for yourself and spend some time between the trees and flowers. Spirit animal carpenter bee reminds us that it is not always important to stick to others. A carpenter bee can guide you to be productive and enjoy your life alone. Bumblebees are crucial pollinators. They harvest nectar from flowers and transform them into honey. Bumblebee spirit animals tell you to focus on your goals. Consume as much knowledge as possible, just like bumblebees consume nectars, and then use the knowledge to do something bigger in life. Honeybees produce sweet honey after a lot of hard work. Spirit animal honeybees show us the importance of working hard. The honey they produce represents the reward we can earn in life. Isaac quotes in his famous poem, "How doth the little bee roar? How doth the little bee improve each shining hour, and gather honey all the day from every opening flower." Every beehive has one queen bee. Spirit animal queen bees possess divine feminine energy. When one queen dies, other female bees often get involved in a fight to claim the spot of the queen. It tells us that with her feminine energy, you can achieve anything in life if you fight for it. The queen bee, the symbol of family unity, is chosen by the worker bees, and all the bees in the hive are at the service of the queen. What they expect from her is to protect the living order and to ensure the continuation of the colony. This cooperation is the symbolic expression of the need for all members to work together for the benefit of the whole of a group. And worker bees are also female, but lack the capacity for reproduction. Hence, they live in hives and serve the queen. They have a strong work ethic. Hence, worker bee spirit animals tell you to stay dedicated to your work. Poet Marian Douglas wrote, "Buzz, buzz, buzz. This is the song of the bee. His legs are yellow, a jolly good fellow, and yet a great worker is he." The song of the bee, Marian Douglas. In the ancient Native American culture, people believed bee stings can bring you good luck. There is a group of masked bee dancers in the Northwest Coast culture. If anyone gets stung by bees during the dance, he receives a small gift as compensation. Can a bee be a spirit animal? We have a lot to learn from bees' lifestyles, their hardworking nature, loyalty towards the community, and so on. The spirit animal bee can guide us with all her secrets. A bee can not only be a spirit animal, but also can be a precious one. Going on a shamanic journey can be a great way to find your spirit animal and communicate with him. However, to understand the meaning of the bee spirit animal, first you have to understand the different symbolism of the bees. So let's start with bee spirit animal symbolism. A spirit animal bee consists of many positive symbols. Different cultures have explained them differently. In this video, I have covered almost everything related to bee spirit animal symbolism. So let's just dive in. What are bees symbolic of? The shiny golden color of bees symbolizes the sun and the energy it provides to all living beings. An Egyptian legend says that the bee was born from the tears of Ra, who was a popular sun god. Moreover, Egyptians often refer to their emperor as he who belongs to the bee. This gives bees the symbolic meaning of power and royalty. Bees also symbolize honesty, loyalty, and dedication towards work. They're always committed to serving a particular community. Every bee knows her job and purpose and works accordingly. And what does seeing a bee symbolize? If you see a bee in your dreams, it is probably a message that you have a proper balance in your work life. Many believe seeing an angry bee refers to some unfinished business that needs to be taken care of. And since ancient times, many people have held the belief that bees are a sign of wealth, prosperity, and good luck. People often use charms and coins with honeybee symbols, believing it would attract wealth. Honeybees often represent love. Bee is associated with the Hindu god of love, Kamadeva. His bowstrings are made of sugar cane and covered with bees. Not only love, but bees also symbolize care. In Greek mythology, Melissa was a nymph and the daughter of Cretan king Melisseus. The meaning of Melissa in Greek is bee. She was taught the use of honey and was one of the nymphs to nurse Zeus. Melissa was the one who fed him actually, the honey. Because of her, all the nymphs who took care of the patriarch god as a baby were given the name Melissa. Bees have a highly socialized society structure in a complex hierarchy, but with excellent cooperation and teamwork. Both their nests, their hives, and their physical body features contain extraordinary symbolism. The beehive is a hexagon-shaped and very tightly packed cellular structure made of wax. The hexagonal cells of the honeycomb, which is the whole of these cellular structures, are ideal places where they both store food and raise their young. The hexagon symbolism, the hexagonal geometric form of the bee comb, is important, as the divine number of the goddess Venus 6 represents love. This number also includes symbols of communication, balance, and unity. The bee, which forms its nest in a hexagonal shape, carries the symbolism of values such as family, unity, raising children, love in the family, home, peace, harmony between family members, and understanding each other. A very rare feature in the insect family of wasps, which live in smaller colonies and produce less honey than honeybees, is their ability to control their body temperature, bumblebees. Thanks to their ability to warm themselves in cold weather by vibrating their flying muscles, they can fly and work at lower temperatures. Other features that keep them warm are that they are large and very hairy. The wisdom of the bumblebee guides the shamans, who have intensely observed nature and taken lessons during their initiations in their ability to slow down their heartbeat, in their ability to lower their body temperature during their shamanic journey, in other words, in their mastery of body, mind, and spirits. And what about the carpenter bees? The carpenter bee symbolizes the power of being solitary. Though most bees live in hives, carpenters are not social, but still they contribute a lot to pollination. Bees are seldom found in Native American cultures. However, in some South American cultures, a bee symbolizes a tiny but fierce warrior. Regardless of their small size, they can defend themselves in difficult situations. And what does a bee sting symbolize and represent? Bee stings have different meanings to different people. Christians believe the honey of bees symbolizes the sweet and gentle nature of Jesus, while a bee sting pertains to the justice and the cross of Jesus. Besides, most people believe a bee sting is a good luck. It can bring prosperity and wealth in life. So if a bee stings you, probably some good news is on the way. What does a dead bee symbolize and represent? Bees are considered holy in most cultures and religions. So a dead bee often represents a sign of bad luck. Besides, bees live a very organized life. So a dead bee can also symbolize a disease. Bees often symbolize overworking. Everyone knows how much bees work in their life. And sometimes they work to death. So a bee in death can mean that you are working too much and it's time to take some break. So, what is the spiritual meaning of a bee? When you think of bees, honey comes to mind. Bees sucking the nectar of flowers vomit this nectar into the honeycomb. Honey not only feeds its young, but also serves humanity. Throughout history, honey has been evaluated in many ways. Aside from its sweetening and antibacterial properties, it was even used in mummification in the Egyptian civilization. Symbolically, honey represents the reward of nourishment, sweetness, sensuality, and abundance. In the mythological stories that deal with the theme of blessing and reward of labor, we come across that honey is offered as a reward to those who have overcome difficult and troublesome work. In this video, I have covered some more meaning of bee spirits animal. Spiritual meaning of bees landing on you. The spiritual meaning of bees can be particularly good for you. If a bee frequently lands on you, the most probable meaning is that it is coming to you as a spirit animal. It wants to send you a message that you can receive through a deep meditation or going on a shamanic journey. However, many believe that if a bee lands on your hand, money is on the way. It also can bite you when it lands on you, which can be a message for you too. So, what is the spiritual meaning of a bee sting? A spirit animal, the bee will guide in directing the energy without scattering it. It will guide you in refocusing, caring for heartfelt goals. If the bee has entered your life in the physical realm and stinging you, its message is much clearer. Wake up and focus on the rhythm of your heart. Follow that rhythm. Listen to your inner voice, your higher self, your soul. Become aware of your reality. Realize your existing wisdom, cognitions, intuitions. If the bee has found you, it is so that it can show you the way to a brand new life enlightenment, says Ayşe Nilgün Arıt in her book, Sacred Guides in Shamanism. And what is the spiritual meaning of a bumblebee? In bumblebee symbolism, the emphasis on being creative, productive, and constructive is stronger. If communication is very weak in human relations and it is vital to strengthen it, the wasp will show itself as an nagual. This means that a little more. If communication is very weak in the human relations and it is vital to strengthen it, the wasp will show itself as a spirit animal. This means that a little more effort, a little more care, and rigor are needed to achieve the goals. The balance of mental and physical integrity has become especially important. It emphasizes that the ground on which the labors will be given should be solid and that one should not forget to ground oneself. Is my spirit animal bee? Are you seeing bees around you often? They are visiting you even in a place they usually don't reside. Then there is a high chance that you have a spirit animal bee. However, you cannot be so sure like this. In my experience, going on a shamanic journey is the best way to find your spirit animal. That's how I found my spirit animal and communicated with it. And what does it mean if your spirit animal is a bee? A shamanic journey will also help you to find the meaning of your bee spirit animal. When a bee appears to you as a spirit animal, it brings some special messages too. Bees live in hives with hundreds of other bees, working together day and night. If you are finding it troubling to work with others, a bee spirit animal can help you. It will help you understand why it is essential to work with others. Besides, a spirit animal bee can also get you rewards for your hard work. Honey represents the reward you can receive. Bees are very loyal towards their community, which also tells you that if you stay loyal towards others, you will get your prize in the end. Many cultures also use honey to cure different diseases. Hence, a honeybee can also heal your spirit. So you can focus on things that only matter rather than staying with negative feelings. When a bee comes to you as a spirit guide, it brings a message that you need to balance your life. Maybe you are working too hard or not enough. It's time to socialize instead of staying alone. The bee spirit animal will guide you on the learning of coexistence with others, the importance of collaborative work, and understanding the falsehood of insisting on a me stance. It will make people who are weak in this matter worry too much about being right, who care more about their own needs than society, and how these features will negatively affect their lives. The bee will inevitably come to guide that those who always prioritize their own subjective needs and pride by pushing the needs of other people in their lives. Bianca Del Rio once said, "I'm a worker bee. I like to have a schedule, I like to have a place to be, and a time, and a schedule. It just makes sense to me." And honeybee spirit animal message. Every honeybee knows her purpose in life. They know what needs to be done to get the ultimate prize in life. That is sweet honey. A honeybee spirit animal will tell you to find purpose in your life. Also, you need to enjoy the sweetness of what you do. The bee will be the guide for those who are not aware of the skills of their own power, who lack the intuition to understand them, and who need to develop their concentration skills. A person should be able to keep his dreams alive, which is his most valuable ability, be aware of his desires and evaluate the opportunities encountered and turn them into honey. It is the guide to finalizing our pure thoughts and desires with action, since achieving the goal is essentially possible by devoting oneself to a subject and working hard for this purpose with others. All bees are very productive. Their focus is so strong in everything they do that no event or object tempts them to distract them from their purpose. Their feet are their most sensitive organs, and their sense of taste is in their feet. The bee reminds us to slow down, not forget to step on the ground, smell the flowers, and never forget to taste the sweet nectarine of life. So, as I have told you at the beginning of the video, that this will be an adventure. I hope this full guide about the symbolization and spiritual meaning of bee spirit animals will help you to create and foster a relationship with your spirit animal bee. We came to the end of the video. I hope you found it valuable. If so, please do not forget to click the like button. This will help us to spread the symbolization of the spirit animals. And if you would like to learn more about spirit animals, rituals, creating your sacred space, and the journey of being you, do not forget to subscribe to our channel. As always, have a great day and see you around.